Shorunna. I love the horns. When the smoke clears. Hey yo, like Paper the Crusader said, I slide with me. Don't need no nigga to do no time for me. Or bust that line for me. Hey, Jacey Cordetta in the building here. HandCrafted podcast. I'm in the motherfucking building. La Familia, Money Militia, Showrunner on the motherfucking beat. 7:30 rockin' sturdy. You heard me. We got a new joint off our album, man, coming out this fall, November 17th. 14th's my birthday, so we turning up the whole week. Hey, it's called Triumphant. It's a slap. Tap in. Let's get it. Brothers shine with me, it's our time to eat. Hood nigga with a college degree. Taking trips to the islands for peace. Till it's my time to decease. I'm bombing these beats, no common to beast. See God polish my speech, I rhyme for the streets. The kids who ain't get to see their moms until 3. I'm talking AM. She was slaving, that 9 to 5 or trapping out the days in. Soaking game from Big Cuddy, they was blazing. Whoever knew we be made men. Good fellas, hood niggas with game plans. Look, mama, I'm a changed man. Time to get the range 10. I came out the dark like a caveman. Heart of a king, blood of a slave, fam. Hating on your own kind, my nigga, that's out. We don't fuck with them niggas, always desperate for clout. Paper route, the real gon' always stay afloat in the drought. Real men know what I'm talking about. Hating on your own kind, my nigga, that's out.
I was thrown off for a second.
You did good, man. I like that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna start having everybody do music, come back and drop a verse, nigga.
Yeah, come on, man. They gotta come from the essence of this shit, man.
Yeah.
They gotta bring it back to the.
All right, so I have a question. So I had
this real hip hop shit, man.
I had a co-host friend, and we went to one of his things, and I kind of like tried to get that nigga to practice, and he got mad at me.
Man, you gotta always motherfucking practice, man.
Always.
Practice makes perfect. So like,
Yes, sir.
repetition is the father of learning. So the more
Yes,
you
sir.
practice, you know, these songs is not so fresh, but they kind of fresh because we just recorded the album not too
Right.
long ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm just always keep on practicing,
Right.
keep on listening to him, keep on.
He could have easily told me that hook that I wrote was trash.
Right.
And I would have been like, all right, fuck it, respect. Like, you know, it doesn't sound, it's not your wave, whatever.
Right.
But the people that can't take that kind of criticism, man, I feel like they grew up in that era of like participation trophies for everybody. It's like,
Right.
if you suck, you suck. It's okay.
So this is the thing. The thing is, he don't suck. So like, for instance, I don't really do music, but for me, I think I have a good ear for shit. Yeah. And for me, what I tried to tell him is his sound. He doesn't have a individual sound. He sounds like somebody else. And so for me, like when I listen to your music, you don't sound like Jay Stylin. You with the beat match with the flow. It's a Jay Stylin vibe, which is different. But if I listen to a song, for instance, like if I listen to E40 before the beat even drop, or before he even actually starts rapping, the way the beat dropped, the way it sound, certain shit, you know it's E40.
Right,
Ludacris, Meek Mill, everybody. There's certain signature things that an individual has that separates them from everybody else. He needs to find that. It sounds good enough to be on the radio,
Right.
but you just sound like another song on the radio.
But you can't, like, the one thing that I would say is just make sure you don't make it sound like you're trying to give them, you know, tell them that they kind of hit a ceiling. That's how most people will take that. The other thing is when it comes to
What do
this,
you mean?
like you're telling them like they have like a barrier that's going to elevate them to the next level.
No, I'm not telling them
I'm not
to
saying,
elevate
I'm not
them.
saying you're saying that. I'm not
Okay.
saying you're saying that. I'm saying
Okay.
that that's how it comes off.
Oh, okay.
The other thing you got to consider is like some people just, especially just artists in general, they be very, very like
Sensitive.
particular. I wouldn't say sensitive, just particular. Like, yo, I spent hours doing this shit. The fuck do you know? But if they were asking for it and you gave it to them, then and they still get mad. No, I'm saying if they still get mad after that, then nah.
Like his whole album, and he wanted my honest opinion as a friend.
Right.
No, that's what I'm saying. If that's the case, then
this was not unsolicited advice.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Sometimes if it comes, if that's the case,
he
then
asked me my opinion.
Yeah, okay.
He asked me my opinion.
Word.
And I told him, like, because I don't ever want to, like, for me, after we make a meal, I want my wife to find one thing that we could do better.
Right.
It could be slice the potatoes different, soak them longer, something. I want to make my shit taste good. I want to make it better. I want to make it so it tastes great. Like,
Yeah.
for me, I'm always critiquing myself.
Sure.
So if somebody asks me something, I'm gonna give my honest opinion.
Yeah.
So the issue is that I've noticed is and I don't know how to feel about this because I'm kind of torn. Part of me is just like, yo, you're just older in this generation.
You gotta meet artists out there in LA that's doing it big. You gotta make albums or work with the producers out there.
Yeah.
If you from Portland, you gotta go to New York. You gotta meet with people out there in New York. You gotta work with those artists. You gotta
That's
build
old school
relationship.
networking, bro.
You know what I mean? You gotta.
It just goes back to what we said about discipline.
You know what I mean?
Discipline
It
is
is old
doing.
school networking.
Discipline
You
is
know what I
literally
mean? just straight up.
Just politicking. That's literally.
But that's the
Yeah,
thing though.
straight up.
Having the discipline to do that, it's like discipline to me has always just been doing what I don't want to do.
Absolutely.
I don't want to do this. Like so many times I've gotten hit with that where I'm just like, fuck. Like I remember I was gonna do what's it called? I was kind of like you. I was like doing DoorDash and stuff like that, trying to like just make some money on the side. And he was like, yo, let's get a late night session. And I was like, damn it, I could really use this 200 or whatever I was going to make. But I was like, fuck. But if we get this writing session down, then that just makes me inch closer to the end goal.
Yeah.
And so now the project's like, what, 80, 90% done now? We just got like a couple things to tack
We
onto
got
it.
Swiggle on the album.
I got my cousin
that's
from
finna go.
Seattle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rabbi,
We got
your big ass.
BSF on the album, Fuego
he about to
bass
sing
on
a
the
hook
album.
on it. Yeah, we got Fuego bass from Black Soprano Family. Like, we made some, you know, I wouldn't say like they're like the craziest milestones I could have, but again, like that's back to what we were saying. We have like, we don't really have a ceiling. Like on top of us, like where we want to head to and how far we want to go with this shit.
Yeah.
So, but some people, their shit's finite. They're like, oh, as soon as I hit this one thing, I'm good.
I feel like a lot of people want something but don't put in the effort or the work that it takes
They're
to
scared.
get that.
They're
Yeah.
scared.
It's like
It happens. It can happen to
So,
the best of them.
I feel like a lot of people though, it's like I want this, I want that, I feel like I deserve this, but then it's like
But they
What
go
if-
with the safe bet is what they're doing. Because here's the thing, like my parents, they came to this country in what, like 86?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to them, it's like they got their house, they got their kids, they made it. You know what I'm saying? In my head, it's like, yes, that's definitely like some quality shit, but like there's so much more to this, that you could achieve in this country. But they don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Their reality is different than mine. Like they were thinking this peaceful life that they have here is as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah.
And me, it's like, yeah, that's part of it, but you know what I'm saying? There's also all this other shit, and so they stress like school. And so me, I ended up going, yeah, like I said, I went got my undergrad, went and got my master's, whatever. In my mind, I was like, yeah, they're kind of right. Like you have to do something to like have like a kind of like a safety net underneath you.
yeah.
But in like last 5 years, I just kind of like not disowned all that, but I was kind of just like, bro, that's just stagnation. Like I can't do that. Like I'm like fucking still water. That's
fact.
fucked up.
That's facts.
But again, for them, they're just like, why is that such a bad thing? I'm like, yo, there's
Well,
so much
also,
more I could do.
If you chasing a dream,
Yeah.
or if you chasing something, or if you are manifesting something, if you building something, it's gonna take time. It might not happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? It might not happen in a month. It might not happen in a year. You feel me? You might lay a brick a day, you know. But if you got a definite chief aim, similar to a mantra, you know what I mean? Like, for example, I learned this meditation technique that I practice. You feel me? It's esoteric. It comes from the Himalayas. You know what I'm saying? Maharishi the Yogi. He taught my teacher. Maharishi the Yogi taught the Beatles. I actually got a scholarship from Paul McCartney and Ringo through the David Lynch Foundation to learn this meditation technique. But it's a technique that you dig within yourself. You feel me? You have to always look within yourself and get to that calmness, that stillness point. You know, my pops was always sending me books to read about like meditation and shit. You know what I'm saying? Russell Simmons, shit like that. I would tap into it, but when I learned this meditation technique to really tap in with yourself, to manifest some shit, you feel me? To build something from nothing, you might not have the capital. You might not have the startup access business, the startup business capital to start your dreams. You know what I mean? But if you're manifesting and you're looking deep within yourself to build something that you want to build for yourself, and you got to also look to your protocols within your own self as far as what you want to build for the next generation, whether it be your kids,
So you talking about building something bigger than you.
Building something bigger than me.
Building what I mean? A legacy, something that lives on for generations.
That could live on for generations.
The next Walmart family type shit.
Right. It would really have to take real planning and recognizing things within yourself. You might fail. You know what I mean? You might have to pick yourself up. Somebody might have to have your back. Right. Because you can't do everything alone.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody might have to tell you this. Somebody might have to tell you that. Somebody might have to critique you, but you have to have the strength within yourself to accept it.
Yeah.
And continue to build from that.
Engineering was my thing. Like fucking like mixing and mastering my beats. I was hella stubborn. I was like, fuck that. Ain't nothing you can do in that damn mixing board that I can't do with a pair of headphones in my laptop. And for months I was just like, fuck this. Even when he was about to like lay vocals, I was like, man, I'm gonna do some makeshift shit inside my room. I got me a little closet, just soundproof that. And then he's like, we got somebody that could just turn the tracks. And in my head I was just like, man, that's an extra expense. But you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta get out of your own way sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga can mix and master like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I got some records with him. I got a record with him.
That nigga's cold.
And so it's like sometimes you gotta just like take a step back. Take a step back and just be like, man, I'll get it eventually. Like I'm in no rush. You know what I'm saying? Take a step back and just do what's necessary.
I guess for me it was like when I had the idea, I thought about like trying to like write up like a business plan and present to somebody and have somebody else invest. But then I was like, then that kind of puts me in position to get put in like a 360 type deal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
A bundle deal.
You know what I'm saying? So like for me, it's like when you think about it from the business aspect, if you're a business, right, and somebody comes to you with nothing, no following, and all they have is talent, no money, no nothing.
You wouldn't give them a chance?
I give them a chance, but they're not getting fucking.
They have to be able to. They have to have believed in their own self,
bro.
You had to have been able to invest. In
you
your
don't
own
even
self.
believe in you, nigga. Why would I believe in you?
In order to, like for example, in the game right now, your numbers is everything. Yeah. You gotta be able to. You gotta be able to promote your numbers organically. You got to be able to run some ads. You got to be able to run some campaigns here and there. You got to try to connect all your shit, like your Instagram, your Facebook, your YouTube, all got to be synced together to like make sure that your targeted audience, you got to release enough material for the AI to pick up, to put you in the algorithm with these artists that might get to the ears of the audience that
Bro,
fuck with your type of shit.
Just think about this situation right here. Like me and this nigga, I don't have any projects. Like, this is my first project. I think I was just telling you earlier too. This is my first project I'm gonna drop for anything. Right. Doesn't matter what it is. And yeah, like I do have the capital, you know what I'm saying, to put up on like the mixing, mastering, and like you know, putting up on the features and stuff like that. But I don't have like the clout that we were talking about. I don't have like the presence inside the industry like that.
Correct.
But you know what I'm saying? You're not always gonna have a full, you're not gonna have a full deck. Like going into this, like, you didn't think he was going to have all this in, would you say 2 years?
Yeah.
And it only keeps like improving. But it's like there's always going to be some sort of compromise that you're going to have to take, like that chance. You know what I'm saying? You can't be too risk averse with that shit.
I had 2 opportunities where I feel like I blew both of them. I fucking met this one comedian dude. His name's Andrew Schultz. I met his manager at the comedy show.
I know Andrew Schultz. He's hella funny.
And I fucking like, I met Dove. Yeah, Dove. Was it Dove? No, I think it was Dove. I don't fucking know. It was one of the fat Jewish dude that's on his team. He was cool as fuck. But
he's on the podcast with him too. Yeah. He's hella funny.
I completely like lost my voice, bro. I couldn't talk. Like I fucking drew a blank, bro. And I was like, oh. And then I met Bun B in Vegas, and I had my podcast equipment, bro. I was with this other person, and so I seen him in the bathroom. I was like, nigga, are you Bun B? He was like, yeah. And so I was like, can I get a picture? We went outside, got a picture, right? And like, I went up to the person I was with, and I was like, hey, that was Bun B. You know who UGK, blah, blah, blah. And before I can even like I was going to try to get him to come on the podcast. Before I could even get it out, nigga, she goes, Bun B! Nigga, yells it down the hallway, starts prancing down like some shit out of a movie, nigga.
Oh, wait.
Bro, I was so hot, and I was was so embarrassed at the same time when we got over there. I'll show you this nigga's face, bro. I'll show you this nigga was like,
What is that?
bro. I was trying to like when she did it, I was like, man, I'm so sorry. I'm sure you get this all the time, blah blah blah. Blah. This nigga was like, man, just get you a picture so I can get back to my family.
Right. You know how it is. And in all actuality, that's what the industry is, though. It's a way to create your music and to put it out to the masses. I feel like
if we approach that nigga different, bro, I feel
really
like
in living your life as a family person or whatever you is at the time. So, but if you do approach them differently, but sometimes it ain't about what you know, it's about who you know.
He still could have been like, "Fuck you," but I don't know. In my head, bro,
cool
that fan shit, that shit threw that nigga off. He was like, "Hell no, I ain't fucking with this little nigga, bro."
But still, though, right place, right time. There's a time and place for everything.
I was hot, nigga. I was so mad, bro.
What's your favorite album by him?
I don't fucking know any of his albums like that, if I'm honest.
Really? Damn, I'm a huge fan of UGK, bro. Been listening to them since I was a kid.
So, bro, I kind of grew up in the time that UGK and Pimp C and all them niggas was really big. I was like grew up on church music and shit like that.
Me too.
So like for me, like I was never.
I had the cheat code that you guys didn't have. That's the thing. Both my parents barely spoke English, so I could play whatever the fuck I wanted. They started catching on to shit. You know what I'm saying? As time progressed.
Oh, shit.
But I could play.
You know how moms of them was. They wasn't trying to let us hear that cussing, man.
Come on,
You
bro.
know how that shit was.
Bro,
There were a lot of things. There were a lot of
Trying to let
things
us
we
hear
get
that
away
cussing,
with.
man. We had
where that
to
shit
we
was
had to
concerned.
speak up some of that
bro,
shit, man.
come on. Don't let
Yeah.
her find a CD or nothing. I should have break it and I got in trouble, bro.
No, my mom. Like I said, my
talking
mom caught
about?
on after a while. Like I remember she, what was it? She broke. What was the album after Dogfather?
Oh.
No Limit Top Dog.
Yeah, I was
No.
listening to.
Was that No Limit Top Dog?
No, that's the one after.
That was Paid the Cost to Be the Boss.
I can't remember
Yeah.
what song I was
There we
listening
go.
to, but I was just like, Snoop.
Yeah.
Every other word is bitch, slut.
Yeah.
da-da. He's saying some crazy shit, and I'm reciting the lyrics. I don't see my mom sneaking up on me. Grabs the cassette tape and fucking just breaks it over my head.
Oh.
She was hot. I was just like, damn. Like she started figuring out. She's like, bitch, slut. Oh yeah, I know what them words mean now.
Right. At first, he ain't. Oh.
I started
That's
catching
Uncle
on.
Snoop.
Early on though, oh yeah, it was getting away with murder.
For me, I wanted to talk to him about just being in the industry. That nigga just started a burger joint.
He did,
There's like a lot of game that I feel like I could have picked up from him. I'm not saying that he would have gave it to me.
But just find it in your network. Like think about what's his brother's
bro.
name from Boston?
Oh, TKO.
Yeah, DJ TKO.
My partner out there.
He helped, like, you know what I'm saying? He knows Jacey over here. And then he also knew Fuego Bass. So he was able to make that connection.
DJ TKO know everybody.
So just, you know what I'm saying? Find some sort of network like that, somebody that's just cool. Is the way I understand it. But like, yeah, trying to
go ahead. TKO gonna link you in, man. Mr. New England, man. DJ TKO, man. He know everybody, man.
That's crazy.
He had me talking to all kinds
just
of people.
Yeah, just find
people
the
that
way
I
in.
never imagined I would even talk to. People that I never imagined that might even, you know what I'm saying, give me the time of day. Like,
So,
I talk to them motherfuckers through TKO.
I got these
Shout out to TKO.
soundproof boards from a dude off of Facebook Marketplace. He just gave them to me. That's where we bought the TV from. And he gave me the soundboards, and he was like, man, I'm a TV producer. I can come by and help you set up your studio.
Damn.
And so for me, like, I wanted him to, but I didn't want to, like, have nothing done. So I wanted to, like, set it up a little bit so he can come and just, like, add on to it. I don't want to look like one of them begging ass niggas that ain't got come to the table with nothing. And now I kind of feel weird hitting him up like, hey, you remember me? Like,
Nah, you gotta utilize.
Want to know how I got the Fuego Bass feature initially? I literally sent him. No, tell him I sent him my Bandcamp page. Just sent that to him just in the DM. I was like, fuck it, whatever. One of these niggas is gonna answer back.
and it worked.
And then so he hits me back. He goes, I'm only doing features. I was like, features? I was like, perfect. We got an album.
But the crazy part about it is I already had talked to Fuego prior because when I went to New York and worked with Jim, I got linked in with a network of DJs that's all over the United States of America, like a network that I don't know all the DJs. Like I gravitated towards the ones that talk to me back the most.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's with TKO. And there was a few artists, Bands De Niro, Fuego Bass, some niggas out of Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like these, like
That's where my dad's from.
some crazy neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Like and he was like, I'm working with them, and then Bass had got signed to Benny the Butcher at the time. He had just got signed, and so I had talked to him on the phone, just talking to him. He just like, here, talk to him. It wasn't even like I was trying to get a feature. I didn't know who he was.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't know who he was. I didn't know his art yet. I just talked to him on the phone.
Right.
And then I started looking up his art.
Right.
And then, so when he had told me that Fuego had hit him, I'm like, oh, that's crazy because I know a dude that know him.
Yeah.
So I hit TKO. You know what I mean? And TKO lined up to play. And so that's how we got the record. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
You know
That's
what I mean?
dope.
That was crazy how it worked out.
I'm not gonna say it's that easy, but it worked like that sometimes.
Man, take a leap of faith. I am so like against being risk averse these days. Like before, like I said, I used to just try to be the dude. I did all the safe shit. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm not gonna say who I work for right now, but it's just like he knows what time it is over there, like the type of treatment that cats get over there, and it's like I'm supposed to be one of these like good ones.
Yeah.
I went the route that you asked us to go, and you still ain't give me shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck else do I got left to do?
Right.
I mean, I'm still gonna continue with that, and I still have like other ventures I want to like branch off from where I'm at right now. But for the most part, I don't. Yeah, I'd rather do this.
I feel that.
I would much rather do this.
I feel that.
If I was getting paid my salary of what I do right now, and it was just purely music, you wouldn't catch me upset at all.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
If I got paid my salary now to do my music, oh nigga, oh nigga.
I'm telling you, it take time.
You be all over it, right?
You gotta learn the streams. You gotta learn.
like I said, I'm 2 years in after a 10-year hiatus.
You gotta learn how to run your ads on all your social medias. You gotta go to these
It's that social media game I gotta figure out.
But I can
Partnerships,
I help you with that.
Yeah.
The
I gotta
partnerships,
figure that
like
shit
the
out.
the last time we were on a podcast and we did the performance of the song, we what was it? And I don't even really care about like the views so much as I see who's the people that's not following me that are watching this, because that's even like
You
crazier.
could get like 100 shares. You like, damn, 100 people share me. I don't even know who these 100 motherfuckers is.
So just to think of it in terms
But
of
they
that,
like
you'll
the
see like a
content.
little bit more.
One time I had posted something on Instagram and 50 people had looked at it. And for me, I was like, I didn't know 50 people gave a fuck. Like, nigga, 50, that's a lot of people, bro.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? 50 people fill the room.
Yeah. Bro, I was going to start off with this. I was watching something on the internet, and one dude was talking about how people talk about people with small Instagram followers and stuff like that. And they were saying, like, people try to talk shit, but, like, a lot of people with these big followings, a lot of them aren't real people. So imagine if a person has 20 people and he's connecting with all 20 people. He's better off than somebody that has 300,000 followers and only reaching 10. So he was like, think about it. Like, a room full of 20 people. When's the last time you had 20 people's undivided attention and they just looking at you?
Last week.
Hey, they paying for
A lot of us don't. A lot of us don't have that.
Week.
So
They
when
pay
people
for
think
But it
about
was
like
more.
a small number of followers,
yeah.
I feel like they think like I used to think like that. Like I don't have a lot of followers.
Think about it. If you got 50 people, like you said, if you get 50 people to give you $50,
Nigga, $1
now.
if you give them to get you $1, you still got $50.
Yeah.
50 people to give you $100.
Come
50
on.
people to give you $1,000.
Come on.
Come on now.
Some people just, since I've been doing
Them
music
20
so long, they just walk up to me and just give me some money.
Yeah.
Like,
Bro, I had
here.
an old lady walk up to me in the store and give me $40. I was with my sons, bro. She's like, God told me to bless you. I was like, damn, do I look homeless?
Nah, you just have to receive
think
that
of it
blessing,
like
man.
that. You can't
Don't
think
be
of it like
ashamed to take in the blessing, wherever the case may be.
I've never had that happen before. I felt weird. I didn't know how to take it. I really didn't. I'm not gonna lie.
God was
See,
watching, man.
man, yeah, you question too many things, man.
Yeah.
There we go. There we
Question
go.
everything, nigga. Everybody's suspicious, bro. Everybody liable, bro. Everybody. That's how I live my life, bro. Certain ways that I live kind of just make
All
me
right, so
that
what's
way.
the point of not taking the risk then?
I don't have nothing to lose now at this point. At this point, I ain't got nothing to lose.
Nigga turned into George Clinton.
I ain't got
I
nothing.
cried 2 tears in the bucket. Fuck it.
Lord, man.
Bro, I appreciate appreciate y'all coming, bro. This is
for
good.
sure. For sure,
Luke, you
man.
got
We
anything to
appreciate,
ask?
we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all hosting us, man. You
Absolutely,
know,
anytime.
We on the promo for the album, man. I got an album coming out.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I got the album with Swiggle coming out. You feel me? So we dropping 3 albums from here to Christmas.
When do you want this to drop?
When
will this work best for you to drop?
With this podcast?
Yeah. And then the clips and all that shit.
Man, ASAP. We on
Okay.
the Swivel
Okay.
right now.
Okay. So why ideal was we were just gonna we're gonna stop and do this one and throw this out hopefully within the next week or 2.
Oh yeah, that's
perfect.
That's perfect.
That works good. That's sooner than shit. Even if you said 3, I wouldn't have been upset.
Yeah, okay.
Marathon,
Yeah, no,
you know?
that's good, man.
Because
For sure.
we need to get this out. We haven't dropped in a long time. I got a lot of content I need to drop, and this is good. This is good shit. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, we appreciate
I
it.
appreciate
Happy
y'all,
to be here,
man.
For
Yes,
real.
sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right, we gonna close out this bitch.
Where can people find you though?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. You can find me on Instagram, 730 Jacey Cordetta, 730 JASEY CORDETA. That's on Instagram. Search me on YouTube, Jacey Cordetta. Facebook, same thing, same deal. We got shows coming up. We got shows popping off. We're finna get the album release party popping. That's gonna be closer to November 17th when the album drop. You feel me? Just stay tuned. On all the social media, we always keep you updated with the posters, with the flyers, everything. Tap in.
What about you? Where can they find you?
Yeah, shit, you can find me on Instagram too. SHO_RUNNA. You can also check out my Bandcamp page. If you're interested in picking up some beats, let me know. You know, I'll work with budgets, whatever. I'm not tripping.
You feel me?
Some fire shit, you know what I'm saying?
All platforms,
Let's get it.
Apple
Yeah.
Music,
Not
Spotify,
your typical producer, you feel me?
YouTube, all the major streaming platforms. You search me on there, I'm on there. We got projects out.
Hey. All right. I want to come up with a soundtrack for the podcast, bro.
Okay.
I haven't. I tried to do one before. The other person kind of like cut me out and kind of like I came up with an idea. He did his own thing. It was a good song.
How many records would you be trying to cut on it? You know what I'm saying? Or you just want one record? Or
Nigga,
you
it doesn't
trying to do a
matter.
full
We can do a
project?
soundtrack. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
So for
whole
me,
album.
it was like I feel like I don't know. I can't rap, but I do want to have some input on it. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Like, you know.
I got you.
So,
Hey, man, Diddy made a career off of that, didn't he?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
come on now.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Cause
It ain't nothing, man.
Yeah.
There's an addition for it.
he just told you that he's never had anybody. I was kind of, like I said, I was kind of like leery about just asking him, like, hey, is this guy really going to go for this? Because I just wrote the hook and I was like, hey, let me just, I mean, if I don't ask, then what the fuck's going to happen? You
Like
know
I'm
what I'm saying?
telling you, man, when I went to LA working with my cousin, DJ Gabe C from LA Leakers, I recorded 5 days in a row for 12 hours straight. Rapping the beats they wanted me to rap to.
Yeah.
Rapping the shit they wanted me to rap to. Telling me the subjects.
Yeah.
I'm writing around they crap. I'm writing what they want to hear. I'm not rapping what the real way I like to rap is like the motherfucking trap. Like T.I. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But sometimes I had to rap conscious. Sometimes I had to rap something that had to do with civil rights. Sometimes I had to rap something that had to do with kids. Sometimes I had to rap something that had to do with my son or uplifting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to figure out, you know what I mean, if you could rap every type of way.
Yeah.
Because if you only rap one way, you only gonna go one way.
Yeah.
You feel me? If you could reach a larger audience of intellectual thinkers, a motherfucker that only rap about pimping, they ain't only gonna hear a motherfucker that's rap about pimping. They ain't gonna really respect him. Oprah ain't gonna respect him.
If I'm honest, bro, I make this podcast for the nerds on the block. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, period.
The niggas that don't really want to talk about who got shot last night, who's
Right.
fucking whose baby mom. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really give a, like, that's not, like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, some of this shit's funny sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. But, but I don't.
We deeper thinkers
Yeah,
than
you
that.
know what I'm saying?
We trying to reach different levels and reach
That's
these
what we said
different
earlier, like the
atmospheres
difference
and bust
between a
through
gimmick-
barriers, man.
Yeah, difference between a gimmick and like your own authentic like representation.
Yeah.
Like some of the homies, shout out to Robbie and Young Erm, but they got this podcast called The Up and Up over in Seattle.
Okay.
And then I remember they were just like, I asked them, I was like, what's your whole drive, and this is before I got back into music and shit, because I was just kind of like, everybody want a damn podcast.
Yeah.
But them, they were really putting in work, so I was like, oh, you guys are actually trying to take this somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was just like, so what's the whole point? And they were like, we're just cultivating culture. And I was just like, that's kind of vague and nebulous, but you see where they first said that to me 6-7 years ago, and where they're at right now. They have this thing called, like, what was it? I think it's called the World Is Yours Tour.
Yeah.
I got to look it up. But they basically just go into sections of the city. They've gone, I can't remember where they went inside the country. I was actually going to see if I can have them come out here. And they just, like, get the youth together and just talk about, like, how do you build from out here? How do you build from here and just, to the masses and stuff like that?
That's
how do we
dope.
bring everything?
That's dope.
Bring everything out to the masses, and they do it in a multitude of ways. It's never the same thing twice with them.
So like I set my shit up. So like I got a timeshare. I don't know if you know what that is. And so like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
so sometimes when I
Timeshares
travel,
is the
like
shit.
when I stay places, it don't cost me a lot of money out of pocket at that moment. So I've kind of set it up for if we travel, I don't have to pay a bunch of money right then and there. So for me, it was like I wanted to start bringing guests and bringing people out. But for me, it was I wanted to make sure I can generate a decent conversation before I bring somebody out here and just because if you just come out here and bring somebody out here and all you doing is trying to do some clickbait shit, they can sense that, they can feel that, and they gonna be like they gonna give you a bullshit ass podcast because you're not good at what you do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for me, I wanted to perfect my craft. I don't want to jump too far too soon and end up falling on my face.
Hey, we was just listening to a record about you gotta crawl before you walk.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah, it's called
Because
Nightfall by this
I
rapper
would-
named Tash from back in the day.
Yeah, we was just talking about the shit. It's just as far as like taking your time with shit.
I'm in
Ain't
no rush
ain't
for
no
anything.
rush, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't no rush. Like especially if you in good health. You know what I'm saying? You got a good backing behind you. Got a good family. You got a good support system, and you ain't looking over your shoulder. You're not.
Yeah.
You're in a good space.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
Yeah.
You don't need to be in no rush.
No.
For what?
I found myself getting
You know what I mean?
for a while. I found myself getting too comfortable. If I'm honest.
Sometimes you gotta get on your ass. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You gotta get on your own head. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You gotta motivate yourself because persistence breaks resistance.
From where I came from, to the point where I didn't know if I was gonna be able to live somewhere. I've never had a home in my life. You know what I'm saying? Even when I lived with my mom at that point, that was her house. That wasn't mine. I had never had somewhere to call my own. So like, I never wanted much. So for me to have what I have, which is not a lot, it makes me just like, I'm not a greedy person. I'm not trying to live like this. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a luxury life, but
Hello.
I'm not trying to like be this, like I love nice things, but for me, I just wanted peace. I wanted stability, consistency.
In order to before work, you gotta find peace.
Man, I just wanted a car that ran, nigga. Like I ain't gotta worry about if it's gonna turn on, and if it turns on, I can go get it fixed. Like I didn't want much.
Yeah, cause it's like I was watching this clip of this one dude. He was like, man, a lot of us, you know what I'm saying, we equate success with those who have the most money, but we don't realize that maybe they was in the right place at the right time.
Right.
But like if you got somebody in your corner, if you made the right choices, you can go on a nice trip. All your bills is paid. Yeah. Nigga, you won.
Yeah.
Nigga, you won.
Yeah.
You don't have to, you know what I'm saying?
Going back to what I said with my parents. My parents think that the house they got is, man, the greatest win of all time.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? For all intents and purposes, yes.
Yeah.
I don't speak this language. I'm from this country that's like thousands of miles away, and I still was able to do this.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, in some respects, it's kind of like, yo, there's a lot more that comes, after that. But if you're perfectly fine with that, if you were able to even achieve that much,
a job where I can go and I don't hate that shit, that's a dream for me, nigga.
Yeah.
I've never had a job that I didn't hate.
I still
everybody,
don't.
Nigga.
Well, I don't know that I hate everybody because there's like
I'm not saying I hate everybody, but it's like,
right.
I'm the type of nigga.
It was not what you ideally.
Nigga, I
wanted to
ate
be
lunch
doing.
in my car, bro. I'm not eating in the lunch
Right.
break
You
room,
ain't finna
nigga.
be
I want
associate
my
with them and to be
bro.
shits and giggles with them,
Man,
playing them games.
I like-
you trying to motherfucking get where you got to get done and get up out of there.
nigga, I eat at my desk. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
I know
hate
about
it.
it. I know about it. I done work jobs and shit and all that type of shit, man. And or even had some other type of hustles or whatever that I didn't even want to do.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to be around them motherfuckers. I didn't want to talk to them. I hated seeing them. I hated their call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I knew that I had to get that money at that time.
Remember, yeah.
And in
Same
order
thing
to
with
get
Intel.
where I'm going.
I was
But
stuck at Intel for
sometimes
2 years.
what got you here, what you did doing to get you here ain't gonna get you there.
No,
You gotta switch it up.
that's a fact.
Or try to figure out and find within.
Just see
or
whatever
ask
resources they have at their
feel me?
disposal too, because a lot of the trainings that I took over at Intel actually helped, propel me to where I'm at right now.
Oh, I'm not
And right
there
now,
anymore. I'm
I'm just talking about like in general, like using
Yeah.
one opportunity. It's like maybe it feels stagnant, but it's like just sap it for whatever resource it has, and then just move on to the next one.
Facts. I feel that.
Because it's like that's really all there is left to do. If I fucking hate this job, then it's like, okay, what do you guys have to offer me in the way of incentive? How can you advance me to the next level? Because simply complaining about it and thinking that you're just going to get issued the next big thing without having, like, you know what I'm saying?
So
Maximize your potential.
I think I'm to a point where
Yeah.
my job is cool enough to sustain me.
Yeah.
To put enough effort into this to get this going.
That's what mine does the
So
same thing.
I guess for me, it's like mentally, I feel like if I find a job where I keep growing and I keep getting money, I feel like it's gonna be like, what's the point eventually, mentally? And
I told you I did that for 10 years.
Yeah.
And it did nothing.
yeah,
I'm going to tell you right
Yeah,
now, like, I
that's true.
don't have a
but
whole.
you're gonna have to be
yeah.
able to be at times you're gonna have to be a risk taker.
that's a fact.
You know what I mean?
My
You're gonna
brother
have to be
is
a
an
risk
electrical
taker.
engineer.
You can't
He-
be afraid to fail till
That
you
nigga
win.
make money.
You want to no? Here's the thing. He was making pretty good money. He was at Microsoft, but people he was training were surpassing him. I mean, you know how that works. Not a whole lot of us that look like us that do the jobs that we do sometimes. And he kept getting passed over, and he's like one of the most brilliant people I know in life. So I was just like, dog, both of us at the top of 2022, because we both were like at a fucking turning point where we're just like, yo, we literally did all the safe shit and got nowhere. We were stagnated. This nigga said, fuck this. He went, quit his job. Now he owns, like 3 or 4 trucks. And eventually he's going to have to stop driving. Me, if this music shit takes off to the point where I don't have to do anything else, I might just be like, all right, cool.
That's dope.
Stay in my pocket. But it's like, we already tried to ascend to that level. And even like, I have like cousins who are also engineers that tried to, be program managers and stuff at like Boeing and stuff like that. And all of them told me, yo, when I took that manager position, I got sick of it quick. Because it's like, we don't have the same infrastructure, unfortunately. Now, I'm not telling people to be averse to those professions and stuff like that. We could use more. But sometimes, sometimes that comfort, I don't know, just kind of felt like it was turning me into a zombie.
I feel that.
Like I was just waking up.
It's almost like you become a robot.
I was just waking up just to do that. And that's
Going
it.
through the motions.
Going through the motions, paying your bills.
Like I said,
keeping
still
up
water.
on
You know
all
what I'm
your
saying?
bills.
It's like I don't want to be
You
that
know,
ever.
you keep on going and you got enough to pay all your bills. You got a little something.
Yeah.
But then you're like, man, I need to elevate from this shit.
But again, like
You know
I
what
said,
I
if I
mean?
was just getting my salary right now doing this, then that would be perfectly fine too. You know what I'm saying? So like, imagine if the tables do turn, like this starts turning the same profit that your job gets you right now. And then the other thing that pisses me off is the notion that I'm only getting 65% of my money. I don't know how I feel about that. At these jobs, nigga.
At least when we put out our content, we getting 100%.
All of
At
it.
least close to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as like, but we got an LLC. You got an LLC up eventually. Cause
That
they
shit
gonna
costs
keep
$100 a year just to have it.
just to have it.
Don't let your ass fucking be late on that payment because that's an extra $100.
You feel me?
I got
It's a
one
cold
through.
game.
I got my business through LegalZoom.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
So I assumed because I used the app that when it's time to register and re-update and all that, they would let me know. No, nigga. I lapsed that bitch, bro, and they said that you got to pay $100 for being late, and then you still got to pay your $100 activation fee. I was like, oh.
I mean, that's how it is with a lot of things.
$200 ain't a lot of money, but it is, bro.
It
When
does.
you-
It adds,
It adds
up,
up.
man.
bro, quit, man.
Everything
I'm
adds
gonna
up.
tell you right now, the same thing happened with my license.
Yeah.
I took too long after my 31st birthday to renew it, and that bitch cost damn near twice what it was worth.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Did I stop driving? No.
That's how they hit
But I renewed that bitch after a certain point.
Coming over here when we had our because we had the 3 cars, bro. It cost like $500 to register our shit here in Washington, bro.
Damn.
For all the
Washington's
tags
got
and shit.
nasty ass price because that stupid tax hike they did. What was it like?
And
3
on
years
top
ago
of
or
it, we
something?
got to register every year now. So it's Oregon is only It's that 150 or whatever every 2 years.
That's what Washington was. Yeah,
we gotta pay that every year now.
But I gotta pay like what's it called? I pay like 3 something. I pay 3 something for my tabs every year.
Toes.
We what?
Hey,
we don't have DEQ either.
If you don't stay on your toes, then you gonna fall under.
Yeah,
they make motherfuckers.
That's because Washington don't give a fuck about no EPA.
Yeah, it's considered a rural area though. Technically, all of Oregon was supposed to be until we came and started building in this motherfucker.
Right. Yeah, this was the Great Northwest.
Nature
shit.
Yeah,
no, for sure.
Yeah, there ain't no supposed to be no city in the middle of
they
fucking Oregon.
They call us the Silicon Forest.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But we a valley like a motherfucker. When you think about it, Gresham is up, Beaverton up, Southeast.
I'm not gonna lie, that's the one thing that killed.
Really, right in the middle of this.
That was the one thing that was like crazy when I first moved here 5 years ago. Like just almost zero hills.
Nigga, we on a hill.
No, I'm talking about compared to Seattle.
Okay.
Like them hills is steep, man.
Yeah, that's different. Like San Francisco type shit. Yeah, we ain't got no shit like that.
That's what I mean by flat. That's what it's just like. Yeah, because like James Street alone in downtown.
So
Seattle.
when you say flat, I think of like Oklahoma.
Oh, that's
Oklahoma.
Just flat. They got no oxygen.
Nigga, you can stand on one side of the city and see the.
It seemed like they ain't got
I was
no
talking
oxygen
shit because they took the Sonics. So I was talking shit initially.
Like, damn.
Yeah, and then I thought about it and was just like, yeah. He said it was dirty.
Was all fucking still. And shout out Oklahoma, man. All my motherfuckers out there, man. I got love for you, man. But at the exact same time, I know y'all don't got no oxygen. Not like the Great Northwest. We got good trees.
Hey, we got
good trees.
I'm not gonna lie.
You know what I'm saying? All
I
that.
did travel, so I was traveling a lot with sports for the school I worked for, and yeah, bro. Sometimes we would go to like other states, and I'd be like, "Yo, your air is trash.
Trash, bro.
Everything about your air.
Your water,
sucks.
your tap water's trash, nigga."
And the thing is, like, hey, we can't just I got
Bakersfield, California. Your water is
so if I take a shower
trash.
with like
Las Vegas, Nevada.
I was just about to say them.
Miami.
Some of the worst water I've ever
water
encountered.
is trash.
So somebody explained it to me.
Flint, we know y'all water's trash.
So when I bought my timeshare, a lady in Dubai explained why our water's so good. It's because our shit doesn't sit in pipes for a long time. We got a lot of rain, so we get a lot of consistent flowing water. As where other places have water that's been sitting in pipes for who fucking knows how long.
That's why it looks rusty when it come out.
That shit be nasty, bro.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Y'all drinking pipe water.
The nastiest, the nastiest water I ever encountered was when I was taking a shower in New Mexico.
Nigga, I would not even shower there. That shit's all red everywhere when I drove through there.
Like, shout out to Breaking Bad and everything, but goddamn,
everything was red when I drove through New Mexico.
I was in this place called Las Cruces.
Shout out New Mexico.
We were playing, what was it? We were playing New Mexico State or something. We were in a hotel, and that water just felt like the water felt dry. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I know what you're talking about. That shit'll eat out your skin, bro. I know what you're talking about.
Exactly
we got spoiled because we was up here with this good spring water. These mountaintops.
Yeah. Yeah, we spoiled like a motherfucker.
With our fresh ass air.
Right?
Our big ass trees giving us all this.
Good marijuana trees growing. All that shit. Y'all come check out the Great Northwest, man. If y'all don't know, now you know.
Our bottom shelf be other people's top shelf.
They got Reggie Bush. They got some shit called popcorn in other places, man, like in Arizona and shit like that, man, where they actually have to put that shit in the microwave.
What?
Just to get it popping a little bit, and then they smoke it.
What?
It's called popcorn.
Weed
Reggie
crack?
Bush weed.
What?
They might be better off now that they legalize weed
So
many places, and they might be having a little bit of better.
So when you make it,
access.
when you make,
I'm telling you, they had that Reggie Bush.
So
I'll tell you this right now: when you go outside the West Coast, when you go outside the West Coast, I notice everybody swears up and down they got Cali weed. Everybody, how many times that happened to you? You go anywhere the fuck outside the West Coast.
That shit coming from up here,
I
man.
got some purple.
Out here in the Northwest, man, Oregon.
hey, you know,
grapes.
So purple can actually be a defect. So when you smoke your weed, sometimes in the chemical process, it will turn purple if it loses oxygen.
It's oxidizing. It's like rusting, basically.
Right. So essentially, if you sometimes when you got purple weed and it's all crystally and shit, it can still be some boo boo.
It can still be some boo. See, these are some real weed.
Hey, the only thing that never lies is this.
Around here,
It's the only thing that never lies with weed.
Man,
You
West
can take
Coast shit. Niggas
closest
know
look
about
to
that
it.
real cannabis.
What color? Is somebody losing oxygen to the body and shit? What color does the body turn?
Purple.
There you
Purple
go.
or blue.
That's what we are also plants, bro. We're plants, bro.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. We'll still have some real purple though.
Yeah, no. There's definitely real purple out there. Don't get me wrong. No, there is. But
I hear what you're saying though.
Yeah. So
I buy my weed.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Most places you go to outside the West Coast, their weed looks like it already been vaporized.
that's a fact. Oh, so the
Time
microwave.
I got pulled over in Texas, man. Hey,
And
Bear
then you
to
going to prison
Bear
for
to
life
Texas.
for weed.
Bear to Texas, man. I was in a black Charger with a Cuban. Bad. You know what I'm saying? Speeding through Texas. I'm going to go see my cousins in Mississippi. I just moved my mom down there. I'm on my way. I got the drove. You know I do. I'm not incriminating myself to statutory. It's all good. So I'm driving, speeding through. I'm already speeding through Arizona, New Mexico. I get to Vera, Texas. Boom.
Yeah.
I'm blowing drove backwards. All of a sudden, I see 3 cars speeding. I don't want to pull over because my grandpa's from Texas. I look to the right. The rest areas are picnic areas. Yeah. And I don't want to pull over there. I'm not fucking with that. I'm waiting for a real gas station here. You feel me? Right. So I'm swerving through there, and I see 3 cars speeding. I'm like, I'm going to get with them.
Yeah.
I'm not knowing they set me the fuck up. I can start getting with them cars speeding. Next thing you know, I'm speeding next to a police officer. I'm like, this motherfucker's right by us. And I'm like, oh shit. He turns on like, whoop, whoop, pull over. I'm like, why you ain't fucking with these people in front of me? I'm like, I got hit with the okie doke. You know what I'm saying? So I pull over. He gets by me. He's like, Texas police, animated as a motherfucker. He pulls up, he's like, Texas police are pulling you over for your speed. What the fuck? He puts his hand on my door and shit. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, he's like, whoa, it smells like marijuana in here. Shit. I'm like, yeah, man, I just smoked a blunt back there. I'm talking West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like how we tell the police here. I just smoked a blunt back there. You know what I'm saying? He's like, a blunt?
I wouldn't know if he was joking or not, bro.
He's like a blunt. I'm like, yeah. As he's doing that, I'm putting weed in my pocket. Like I'm telling her, hey, give me the rest of that shit. And give me the backwoods. I'm putting it in here, but because I have a fat ounce in the trunk.
Like, bitch, put that shit in your pussy.
Listen, I'm like, he gonna take that. So let me just get as much weed as I fucking can. I'm stuffing it in there. He's like, then another cop pulls up. Look like a native Mexican type guy, right? They cuff us. They like, hey, if it wasn't COVID, we'd be taking you down. They give me a faulty ticket. Don't ever mess with Texas. This is alleged, man. I ain't got nothing against Texas, man. Shout out to Texas. You know what I'm saying? They gave me a faulty ticket. Everything was written on that motherfucker wrong. Everything. My name, everything. Yeah. They took that weed. I'm driving. I pull over to the gas station. Yeah. I see them wopes. They with an essay. I smell weed. Yeah. I smell weed. I said, oh, y'all just wanted to smoke that Oregon weed. They saw the license plate. They saw my license plate. They said, oh, if it smells like marijuana here, he got that shit. It's legal there. Yeah. They work there. They're in a fucking backyard country town in Texas. They might not even go to Houston ever. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they're like, shit, he coming from Oregon? Right. Oregon? He probably got that fucking
That's so funny because that's how they say it. Oregon.
They were like, you got some different license plates.
Well, shit, at least they know your state. Every time I tell people I'm from Washington, they think I'm from D.C.
That's true.
I'm like, dog, there's a whole ass state.
That's true, though. That's true. Hey, so when you put shit in the microwave, I thought about that shit. So when you cook weed butter, to make weed butter, you got to put it in the oven and cook it first.
Yeah, but you ain't smoking it after. That's the thing.
No, but it makes it stronger.
No, I know. It enhances it and
that's
activates
probably what they
it.
doing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Huh? That makes it stronger when you...
But my whole thing is like, I've never had weed so trash that I felt the need to do that is my thing. You know what I'm saying?
They put fucking electronics in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
He said, let's nuke it. Oppenheimer. He said, I'm an Oppenheimer of this weed.
Damn, that's bad weed, bro.
That's bad weed.
The worst that we
Shout
had...
out AZ, man.
I think the worst weed we had was like that Mexican Bammer shit. And it was like, it comes in like little chunks, nigga. You gotta like...
And it breaks apart so easy.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
They be having seeds and stems and shit. It's like a patty. It's like it look like the shit that you see on TV that come in like those big ass bricks that
smoking oregano on tea.
Pack the damn weed.
Get your weed game up.
Yeah.
You don't smoke that shit. We from a good place where they got that good shit, man.
Ocean, then I'm gonna question it.
That's sorry. A fact.
If you ain't near the Pacific Ocean, I'm gonna question it.
I'm gonna question you. fast.
That's a fact. I never
Fast.
thought about that.
And they weed, man.
Yeah, because I remember it took me a while to realize that OG meant ocean grown, not original gangster, whatever the fuck.
Ocean grown. I never.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta
the elements
have
of
water.
the
You gotta have
elements of the
water.
ocean, like whatever.
And all the seasons, we get seasons. Some of them motherfuckers don't get they seasons be all fucked up.
I never knew that.
Took me a while to
We
realize
get
that
all
one.
the seasons.
Ocean grown. I just thought that was organically grown.
I thought it was like when they said OG Kush, I thought, oh, original gangster Kush. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the OG shit. There was like a few. There was like a few strands back in the day. There wasn't like a bunch of strands that we have now.
Nah,
Yeah, this a
but they was crossbreeding. I'm not gonna lie, that shit is kind of fun. Because the thing is like,
I think it fucked it up, bro.
it did fuck the whole game up because people started making up names, is what it was.
Yeah.
Because before it was, remember, they just manipulated the game. Because before it was like, don't ever buy any weed that doesn't have a name. Because if it doesn't have a name, then it's probably laced with some shit or whatever. That's what it was before.
No, I don't
But
want
now-
a name.
no,
nigga.
no,
I
I'm
just
saying
want some
now-
good weed,
no, that's
nigga.
what I'm saying.
That's all I want.
No, it wasn't until the
Cat Williams said,
dispensary.
this shit here, nigga. This shit here. Nigga.
Nah, so I went to
all
the-
kinds of names on this
First
shit
time I went to the
nowadays.
dispensary
It's
was in like,
39%. Like, damn, you hit that shit, motherfucker. You
might
can't
as well
even
get-
watch your movie.
You might as well smoke heroin, nigga.
This shit right here,
no,
death,
but that's what I'm
nigga.
trying to say
can't
is
even
like,
watch your
I started
movies.
going to the dispensaries. And that's when they started coming out with these weird ass names.
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
Do-si-do. Motherfucking,
no, the cookie line makes sense, but what I'm talking about is like
Gelato
some
Mount Hood. Like,
yeah, like some
Go
that
Gelato in
stupid
Mount
shit
Hood.
right there. That's what the fuck I'm talking about right there. Here's some
They grow
stupid shit like
gelato
that.
in Mount Hood.
I swear, I was about to say gelato. Ain't that like Italian or some shit like that? The fuck is going on? The fuck is?
Gorilla
Yeah, no.
Glues,
People will be like Tahoe
Monkey
cookies.
stank.
And I'm like, what the hell is Tahoe cookies?
Tahoe mints.
That's crazy.
You never know what
Tahoe
they got.
cookies
He
is probably.
says Crypto Christocron like this.
You never know what
We
they
gonna
got.
wrap this bitch up, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
I appreciate y'all coming out. Luch, you ready?
Showrunner.
It's your boy, Mr. HandCrafted.
This is handcrafted.
I appreciate y'all, Jacey, Shorunna.
I'll
see y'all again, bro.
Oh, yeah.
A bust that line for me. My city pay homage to me. I know these haters salty like collard greens. Brother, shine with me. It's our time to eat. Hood nigga with a college degree. Taking trips to the islands for peace. Till it's my time to decease. I'm bombing these beats. No common to beats. See God polish my speech. I rhyme for the streets. The kids who ain't get to see their moms until 3. I'm talking AM. She was slaving. That 9 to 5 or trapping out the days in. Soaking game from Big Cuddy. They was blazing. Whoever knew we be made men. Good fellas. Hood niggas with game plans. Look, mama, I'm a changed man.